I believe the biggest problem in how parents view education in the country. And this is the fundamental issue. So I started to realize this as I would travel and talk about education from a political context. And politicians and parents would say all the time, all I want from my local school is a school that will teach reading, writing, and arithmetic. How many times have you guys heard this? That is so wrong. And it is so cringe to hear. And for the conservative movement to embrace this is a fundamental misunderstanding of what education is. Now, I want to contextualize this. That is okay to believe if you might live, I don't know, it's a good progress step if you live in California, where Rob, my pastor, does, and some of you do, where they've just passed a law where it is against the law if a kid comes out as transgender to tell the parents. That is now law in California. Not that you might want to, it is against the law. If you have a 12-year-old in a classroom and the 12-year-old is a boy and says that he is a girl, it is now against the law for the teacher to call up the parent and say, hey, the 12-year-old is on hormone blockers, taking gender assignment care. That is now law in California. So to move away from that towards reading, writing, arithmetic probably is a good step. But what is education? Education is not just the transference of technical skills. That is easy. You could do that by watching a bunch of YouTube videos. Education should be the development and the nourishing of the soul and the character of a child. And that is completely different than what most people think education is. Secondly, as involved in this, when I hear some conservatives talk about education, they say, I just want a neutral classroom. I want all viewpoints to be heard equally, and I want my kid to be able to choose. What an awful idea. And so you should ask when someone says something as stupid as that, so, okay, wait, so you think that when we're talking about germ theory, we should have both sides of the argument? Oh yeah, you could do bloodletting, or you could understand that you can have communicable diseases and bacteria and viral infections. We have both sides of the argument when it comes to whether or not the Earth is the center of our galaxy or the sun is the center of our galaxy. Or how about when it comes to morals, right? When it comes to the moral dimension, should we have both sides of the argument in that case? We have fallen for a 1960s new left postmodernist liberal lie that most people who are conservatives are actually liberals and they don't know it. Well, not just, yeah, I wouldn't even say that. I'd say that most, honestly, of people that attend our events are liberals when it comes to education. For example, most people who are conservatives when it comes to education, they think the government has a primary role in education. The state does not have a role in educating your child. Period. The state does not have a role. And it is a radical proposition to say that out loud. However, it's how the country was founded and became the greatest country ever to exist in the history of the world. We did not have a Department of Education when Jefferson, Madison, Hamilton, Adams learned to speak fluent Hebrew. They were taught by either their parents or by the religious local community institutions that shepherd them through a Christian classical educational model.